This is the first communion of your dad, and
I don't think I've ever seen that picture.
You never seen it?
No.
It's in the book.
From Nyx is Coby Gautier's first book, which began as a project for her children when her husband Ben faced serious illness. The family has quite a collection of old documents and photos, chronicling her husband's past, his mother's past, and at times the dark, sad, and desperate lives they led, which included slavery and post-war desolation in Holland.
The title of the book is Nyx, which was my great-grandfather's last name. But it was when he became a slave, they gave them names. And so when he went through, they said, oh, because he was Dutch, from your Nyx, which means nothing in Dutch. So that's what became his name. Growing up, my dad always made stories about when he was in the orphanage or the POW camp. That's how he grew up, and it wasn't that bad because he made, jokes about it and gave us the funny stories. When the book came out, it was really the horror of what actually happened that he never talked about. I think she was a very strong woman to be able to keep her kids together, because if you read the book, she would not leave the POW camp until all of her boys were together, and 2 were missing at the time.
Originally, Gautier was simply translating the documents for her children, realizing that after her and Ben pass, their children wouldn't be able to read the documents because they are written in Dutch. The 3-ring binder with loose-leaf pages filled with the stories of generations before them mesmerized Gautier's children, and they encouraged their mother to take that extra step to turn those pages into a documentary novel. And now that it is, descendants of Ben's in Holland are contacting the family here in Kelowna, recognizing their own great-grandfather on the cover.
It was amazing, actually, to watch her write it and get so into it. Mind you, that's all she talked about for months and months.
I still can't put it away. I keep reading it and rereading it. I've given a couple to my friends just to see how they put it. And everybody says the same thing, couldn't put it down.
I'm very, very proud of my mom for doing this. I'm really glad she finished it, and I'm glad my sister did the cover, and I'm glad we got it bound, and I'm glad it's out there to read.
This is the youngest son. He was born after father was taken prisoner.
The project was filled with emotional challenges and rewards. Chronicling 4 generations through World War II and anarchy came with difficult realizations. Gautier let the lives unfold in front of her as she wrote. She let it all in, and with that came the confidence to keep writing.
At the request of my grandchildren, because they said, well, we now know everything about Opa's family, right? Now we want to know about your family.
Who are the people in this photo?
This is Ben's mother, Juliana.
From Kelowna for Shaw, I'm Tammy Williams.